So what I'm going to do is for the initial few minutes, I'm going to keep it on mute all. That is because I want to give some um, set of stuff that we need to understand while we are exploring today's session and tomorrow's session. And then I'll open it to interaction. Okay. So if you have any questions, what you can do is you can put it to me on chat and I'll be able to look at it. But don't ask me questions like what are we going to do today? What is the topic about? That we are going to discuss. If there are a lot of questions on chat, I'll not be able to monitor everything. Okay. Right. All right. Yes. So let me just share my screen. There we go. Okay. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to this session on math and music. We are going to start with something in math and poetry, and then if time permits, we'll get into some aspect of music. But don't worry, I'm not going to ask you to compose poems or sing something as the title might suggest that it is math and music. But what we are going to do is we are going to look at some algorithms involved in these areas. And the algorithms that I'm going to discuss with you are algorithms which are thousands of years old. Okay, so if you thought algorithms is something that is much recent, we'll be doing something which is very, very old. So I'm going to start with something called as, something from a subject called Chandas. Okay, Chandas was a text written around 300 BCE on rules for writing poetry. Rules for writing poetry. Now, one might think, how is poetry and math kind of related? So I'm not going to talk about poetry in English or poetry in many languages. I'm going to talk about poetry written in or composed in Sanskrit long ago. So while they were composing poetry, they had to use something called as syllables. Okay, syllables means in Hindi, Marathi, Malayalam, Tamil, we call it akshar, aksharam. That's what a syllable is about. It's not an alphabet. Alphabet is A, B, C, D kind of thing, but syllable is something different. So if I write my name, V, Na, yeah, I'm writing in Devanagari. In case you don't know, you can, I'll write it in English as well. Just listen to this, the time taken to pronounce every letter. V, Na, Ya. Okay, V, Na, Ya. Right? So V, Na, Ya. Something like, it takes equal amount of time. But maybe if I take something like, Dweep, Dwi takes more time, right? Dwi, E. So that's a longer thing, right? So this is a short E, this is a long E. So syllables basically are of two kinds, something called as Laghu and Guru. Laghu means it's a short syllable. Guru means it's a long syllable. Long means it will take more time to pronounce. Okay. Now we can keep discussing about this syllables and Sanskrit for maybe another 2 hours, but I don't want to do that. I want to get into the math part. But I just wanted to give you this framework because imagine you guys were living around 300 BCE and you were writing a poem and you wanted to have, let's say, 5 syllables, 5 syllables in every verse. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So maybe you decide that you will keep the first one as a Laghu, second one as a Guru, third one a Guru, fourth a Laghu, fifth a Guru. Or maybe you decide that no, I want 3 Gurus first, 2 Laghus later. Or maybe you feel that I want only 1 Guru and everything else is Laghu, and so on, right? Okay, right. So the person who wrote this text, Chandas, his name was Pingala, and he said, well, if I want to know how many possibilities exist, how many possibilities, how many possibilities exist to write a 5-syllable verse, right? How do I find? Okay, so I already see raised hands, right? I'm sure some of you know the answer, some of you don't, but that's okay. This, like I said, these are all starters that I'm giving you. I'm just building some kind of warm up thing, but I don't want to spend time discussing on the solutions of this one right now, because then we'll not get to have a lot of fun with more challenging problems. Okay, so let me just come here. So let's start with the basic thing. Let's say that there is one syllable. Okay, one syllable, right? One syllable means it can be two possibilities. It can be a guru or it can be a laghu, right? Two possibilities. Suppose you are having two syllables, two syllables. Then you can have maybe a guru followed by a guru, or a guru followed by a laghu, or a laghu followed by a guru, or a laghu followed by a laghu, right? So there are four possibilities, right? One syllable, two possibilities, two syllables, four possibilities, three syllables, how many possibilities? Okay, so I want you to send me the answer on chat, and I'm going to lower your hands. Okay, and I want only those hands raised where somebody has a doubt. Sudarshan, you can lower your hand if you don't have a doubt. If you have a doubt, keep your hand raised. If it is for giving the answer, you can lower your hand. Yes. Just want to ensure that everybody is clear with what we are discussing. All right. So I got some amazing answers, some different answers as well. Yes. Okay. So some answers that I got was, one was 6, the other was 8, the third was 9, and we have a discrepancy here, right? So how many possibilities exist? Okay. All right. So those who have been introduced to something called as permutations and combinations, I'm sure you would know ways to do this, but I'm going to come up with a idea, okay? An algorithm that was given by Pingala to come up with this list, okay? To form this list of all possibilities, okay? Form the list of all possibilities. And such a list, we call it as array in mathematics or computer science. It's an array, okay? So what Pingala said was something like this, and I want everyone to focus here, okay? He said, well, for one syllable, I know it can be a guru or a laghu. For two syllables, if you want to make a list of all the possibilities, you copy the number of possibilities that exist for one, and you write it one below the other. Copy it down and write it once again. Okay, once again you write it GL, GL. Now to the right side, I hope everybody is paying attention. To the right side, the first half, no, you put GG to the right, and next you put LL to the right. Okay. So now again we have four possibilities. Right. Now if you want to make for three syllables, you want to list for three syllables, what do? Pingala says Control C, Control V. What is Control C? Control C is the shortcut for copying. Control V is the shortcut for pasting. Of course, Pingala didn't say Control C, Control V. That was just something that I made up. So he said, what you do is you find how many possibilities exist for 2. So you have this entire thing, which is number of possibilities that exist for 2. You copy it down and write it here. So you write G, G, L, G, G, L, L, L. Okay. And then copy and paste it below once again. Same method. You copy and paste it below. So G, G, L, G, G, L, L, L. Now, once you have done this, again go to the right side, right? And what do you do here? You fill them up with a G. And then on the right side here, you fill them up with a L. Now, if you look at it, the first line is G, 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 then L, G, 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 L, G, L, L, G, 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 L, L, G, L, G, L, 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 right? Now, okay, somebody had said there can be 9 possibilities. So we want to check if this is correct or not. So I'm going to take, this is number of G's, number of L's. 3 G's, 0 L, right? One possibility. One possibility. This is 0 G, 3 L. This is also one possibility. Now you can have 2 G's, no? 2 G's. There are 3 possibilities because L can be in the first place, second place, or third place. So 2 G's and 1 L. How many possibilities are there? 3. This is one possibility, right? Now you take 1 G. There will be 3 possibilities, right? There will be 3 possibilities. You add this 1, 3, 3, 1, you get 8. Okay. So this is 8. You cannot have more than 8. Right? Bhairav, is that a question? If it's a question, you can keep your hand raised. Otherwise, I'll open the floor to discussions in a few minutes. Okay. Is it a question? Yes, Bhairav.
I noticed that if you look at any part in
Oh, wait, I asked you a question. Is it a question or a comment?
It's sort of both.
Then I would request you to hold on it because I'm going to open it for comments, observations, patterns. I'll come to that in a few minutes. Okay.
Oh,
I just want to finish some preliminaries first and then come to this. Okay. All right. Okay. All of you who raised your hands, you can just lower your hands. Yes. So for 1, there is 1 possibility. For 2 syllables, there are 4 possibilities. For 3 syllables, there are 8 possibilities. Now, those who did not try earlier, I want them to try. For 1 syllable, 2 possibilities. 2 syllables, 4 possibilities. 3 syllables, 8 possibilities. What do you think is the number of possibilities going to be for 4 syllables? Okay, you can just put that in the chat. Okay, so I'm getting, that's it, right? Excellent, fantastic. So now everybody is on the same page, right? You see there is a 2, 4, 8, 16. There is some pattern that is going on. In fact, some of you said this is 2 power 1, this is 2 power 2, this is 2 power 3, this is 2 power 4. Oh, so if there are n number of syllables, then there will be 2 power n is what some of you gave the answer as. Fantastic. Okay, so 2 power n. All right. Now, what I want you guys to do is, I want you to look at this. Look at this part, right? This blue thing. Okay. Let me just remove the blue. Let me just give a boundary. This blue color thing, and raise your hand if you see a pattern. In the interest of time, I'll just call out 3 or 4 people, not more than that, to share the pattern. Okay. I'll start with Arjun. Arjun, yes, you can unmute and speak.
Arjun, I raised my hands for asking a doubt.
Oh, so you still have a doubt, or is your doubt clarified?
Now it is clarified.
Okay, you can lower your hand. Bhairav.
So if you choose anything in the top half, such as L, G, E, G, and reflected into the bottom half, you get everything being the different type. Instead of LGG, you get GLL.
Sorry, I'm lost. Let me do one thing. Let me just put row numbers, and then maybe what you're saying will make sense to me. Okay. So this is row number 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4. Yeah. Tell me which row numbers are you talking about?
Row number 2 has LGG.
That's correct.
So if you reflect it across that middle line that you drew,
Oh.
then you get to row number 7.
So beautiful.
Row number 7, every single thing is different.
Right. We are saying if you take row number 2 and take its complement, right? Something like that. So if it's a L in the first place, you put G in the first place in row number 7. If it is G in the second place, you put L in the second place in the 7th one, right? So they are kind of mirrored in loose words, right? Beautiful. Very nice. Very nice, Bhairav. Yes, let me pick somebody. Soham.
Yes, sir. I think that the pattern is that the alternate number keeps adding up. Like at first it's GL, and then in the second row it's GGLL, and then in the third row it's GGGGLLLL, and then in the fourth row it will be 8 Gs and 8 Ls.
I see. So you are saying in the first, instead of row, I think it's better to call them as columns. If vertical will be columns. So you are saying in the first column it is GL, 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 and then you have a double G, double L, double G, double L, and then 4 Gs and 4 Ls, 4 Gs and 4 Ls, right? You think this will continue, Soham?
Yes, sir. I think this will continue.
Why do you think this will continue?
Sir, because already we can see a pattern that it is multiplied into 2.
But how do you know that this pattern of GG and 1 Gs and 2 Gs and 4 Gs, this will continue? How do you know
sir,
that?
Because we have two examples, and I have taken 1/4 also example.
I see. Okay. Okay. Let me go to Pradyun.
Yes, sir. Sir, and if you see that in the first syllable, there are 2 possibilities. The second syllable, there are 4 possibilities, which is 2 into 2. And in the third, there are 8 possibilities, which is 4 into 2. So, and then the fourth possibility will be 8 into 2 will be 16. Sir. Like
16.
that, the pattern.
Correct. Very nice. Very nice, Pradyun. So once you guys are done talking, just lower your hand. Sudarshan, any other pattern?
Yes, sir. So how you can say it is 2 into 2 into 2, like so on, because so the like if we keep it as 3 syllables, the first syllables can be either like G or L.
Yeah.
The second syllable can also be either G or L.
Yeah.
And the third syllable can either be G or L.
Yeah.
So like you have 2 GLs in the first syllable, 2 GLs in the second syllable, and 2 GLs in the last syllable. So you have to multiply all of them and you'll get 8. And also like Bhairav's, like how he had gotten it. So you can like also check it. So first for one syllable, you'll have G and L. And then for 2 syllables, you'll get the reflected part. So GL, you'll reflect it to get 4. And then now that has become one group. So for 3 syllables, you'll again get reflected to get 8.
So it's something like this, right? This is what Bhairav said. If this is the first half and this is the second half, you kind of, fold it like this, right? Fantastic. Okay. All right. So I'm going to move ahead because I have another thing to share with you now. Siddharth, just excuse me for now. I'll give you a chance in the next for the next question. Oops, what happened to my screen? Just give me a moment. Right. So in this method, what we are seeing is we are actually we are listing column by column, right? First we list the first column, then we list the next column, right? So if you are having 4 syllables, what Pingala says is you do GL, 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 and again you put GL, 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 okay, and you put GG, LL, GG, LL, GG, and you continue, and then you do GG, LL, GG. You go do that, and then you do GG, G, and then you do L. You go like that, right? Okay. Now this is fine, but suppose you want to find the 14th row, right? 14th row. You will have to list everything vertically like this. Or suppose you want to find the third row. Again, you will have to keep on listing this, right? So there was another mathematician who improved this algorithm and who gave another algorithm. Okay. I hope all of you understand by what you mean by algorithm. Algorithm means it's a process. It's a step-by-step process that any idiot can follow. You know, that's the beauty of algorithm. By idiot, I mean I mean a computer, or you know, some, because it can only do what it is instructed to do. So you give a perfect instruction, it can follow. So that second algorithm goes something like this. It says start a row with all G's. Okay, step number 1. Okay, start the rows with all G's. I would suggest you write it down. Huh? Start a row with all G's. Second, scan the row from the left. Scan the row from the left. Below the first G, below the first G, put an L. Okay, below the first G, put an L. Copy down whatever is there on the right side. Now this is not over, but let me just try to explain what I'm saying. Suppose you want to do for 3 syllables. So first step is you start with all G's. That means you put 3 G's. Then it says scan from the left. Okay. Below the first G, you put a L. Okay. Copy down whatever is there on the right side. You have a G on the right side, so you copy it down as it is. Okay. So far, so good. No problem. Okay. And then if there are empty spaces, on the left, if there are empty spaces on the left, fill them with G's. Okay, fill them with G's. Now when I go here, I don't see any empty space. Now what is an empty space? We will see that. You do again scan from the left. Below the first G, right? Below the first G, that is very important. Not all G's. Below the first G, you put a L, right? Below the first G, you put a L, and copy down whatever is there on the right side. Now you copy down whatever is there on the right side. Now you see there is a empty space to the left, right? So if you get an empty space like that, fill it up with G's. You put a G there. That's what step number 3 means. If anybody is not clear with this, just do a raise hand and I can explain that to you. Sudarshan, not clear? Okay.
Yes, sir. So I didn't understand how you got the third row, like GLG.
Right. So I scan from the left. I scan the second row from the left. I see the first G. You see, first G is middle G. What does the algorithm tell us? Scan from the left. Below the first G, you put a L. So I put an L here first. And then copy down whatever is there on the right side. So I had a G on the right side. I copy it down as it is. Now, if there are empty spaces to the left, see, now I have written only L and G. So there is an empty space to the left, right? If you get an empty space, you put a G there. Sudarshan, is it clear?
Yes, sir. Sir, I understood.
Okay.
Thank you.
Viraj, question?
Yes, I don't understand what will happen in the fifth step.
We will see that. We will see that. We will see that. Mayuk, question?
Sir, I didn't understood
Which part, Mayuk?
this full one.
Okay, did you understand the first step? Can you read step number 1?
Yes.
Read it.
Start a row with all G's.
Right. So what we are trying now is, suppose we want to list for 3 syllables. 3 syllables means there are 3 spots. Okay. Then fill everything with G's. That is what step number 1 says. Okay.
Okay.
Second step says you scan. That means you see from the left side. Below the first G. Below the first G, you put a L. Okay.
Okay.
So below the first G, I put an L. And then what does it say? Copy down whatever is there on the right side, right? Copy down whatever is there on the right side. So right side, I had a G and G. So let me just color it maybe. I had G and G. So I copy it down as it is. Okay. So I get the second line, which is LGG. Is this clear? Okay. Now I scan from the left side again. Below the first G. Which is the first G? The first G is now the center G. Below the first G, you put a L. I put a L there. Right? Now copy down whatever is there on the right side. Right side, you have a G. So copy it down.
Okay.
And once you have written L and G, there is a empty space here, because it does not say copy down whatever is there on the left side. It says copy down whatever is there on the right side, right? Oops, sorry.
Okay.
So what to do with the left side empty spaces? It says if there are empty spaces on the left, if there are empty spaces
We should fill
G's.
them with G's.
Correct. So I did that. Now Mayuk, can you tell me what will be the next line, Mayuk?
G will be copied.
No. Look at row number, point number
in
2.
row number 3, the last row, G will be copied.
No, you have to go 1, 2, 3. You have finished, start a row with all G's. Now you have to go to point number 2. What does point number 2 tell you?
Scan the row from the left.
Hmm.
Below the first G, put an L.
So do that. Tell me, what will you do now?
We will put an L below the G.
Below the G. Very good. Then
Copy down whatever is there on the right side. So there is a G in the right side. So in the right side, we will put G.
Oh, right side means right side of this cell. That means L and G. This will be copied down as it is. Whatever is there on this side. Right does not mean only extreme right.
Okay.
Okay. Now read point number 3.
If there are empty spaces on the left, fill them with G's. There is no empty space.
Excellent. So we don't fill it up. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, Mayuk. Shall I proceed?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mayuk, for asking that question. So when should we stop? It says proceed. That is the last step. Proceed until. Can somebody tell me till where when should we stop? Do a raise hand and I will call out your name. When should we stop? Nikhil. Nikhil?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Until you get all the possibilities, which is like if you have three possibilities, three syllables. I mean, like okay, yeah, three syllables. Then you have to stop at and if you have three syllables and two possibilities, then you have to stop at 16. Um, not 16, 8. What do you say? 8.
8 rows.
Yeah, 8 rows.
8 rows. Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough, Nikhil. Fair enough. Let me ask maybe Arushi. Arushi, when should we stop?
We should stop until our possibility is LLL, means all the syllables are L.
Why do you say that we should stop there?
Because we have started from G.
Hmm.
So when the possibility comes as LLL, at that time we should stop.
Okay.
Because we
Okay.
will not be able to continue because there is no G.
No G's left. Okay. Oh, I think that's a fantastic point. You're saying we cannot stop. We have to stop here because point number 2 says that below the first G, right? So you do this and finally you reach LLL, but now you cannot continue because there is nothing, there is no G, and we cannot proceed from point number 2. So we are stuck there. So we continue until we get all else. Right, Arushi?
Yes, sir.
Good, good, good. Nikhil, your point is also correct. It's just that we have to count all the way up to 8 or 16 or 32 can be taxing. So we can just say, have you reached all else? Yes, then we stop kind of. Okay. So I want to fill this table. So I'm going to call out maybe a few people at random. Yes, Siddharth, can you tell me what will come in the next row, Siddharth?
Okay, so let's see. Okay, so according to rule number 2, below the first G is at the rightmost side. So put an L before the G, and there is nothing on the right side, so leave that. Next, point number 3 states if there are empty spaces on the left, fill them with G's. 2 empty spaces, fill them both with G's. GGL is the next row of the table.
Okay. Thank you, Siddharth. Let me move on to Swasti.
So now it will be LGL.
L, G, and L. Aditya.
Yes, sir. So the middle G is the first G, so we need to put an L below it. And then to the right of the middle G is an L. So at the rightmost place, we should put an L. And left, there's an empty gap, so we should fill it with a G.
G. Okay. Thank you, Aditya. Arnav.
Yes, sir.
What will come next?
Sir, as there is a first G on the first, we will put an L. Then, sir, as it is, then we will put then there will be 3 L's. Actually,
because we copy down everything on the right side, right?
Yes, sir.
Right. Fantastic. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. So let me just lower everybody's hand and let me just keep those hands up, those who have a doubt. Okay. Let me just check. Arjun, you have a question? Bhairav, you have a question? Sudarshan, question? If not, lower your hand. Icha, you have a question? Icha. Yes, Icha.
So in the last line, how did they come triple L?
See, this is the first G.
Yeah.
Below that, we have to write a L.
Yes.
And then copy down everything on the right side.
Oh, okay.
Right? Okay.
Thank you.
Welcome. Arjun, you have a question?
So the third, like you told, if there are any empty spaces on the left, fill them with all else.
No. Fill them with all G's.
Oh, okay.
said G's, no?
Okay, sir.
Bhairav, you have a question?
Well, I just think it's still an extremely long process. Is writing all of the possibilities. So if you want the 14th row or more.
Ah.
This is the 5th one.
So the list can be extremely long, right? Okay.
Yes.
So that's a fantastic point that Bhairav raised. Bhairav, is there anything else that you wanted to say, or can I continue?
No, just that it's extremely big.
Very good, very good. So you see, Pingala also thought the same thing. Okay, he said, I want to make a list. I can do this GL, GL, GG, LL, GG, GG, LLLL, those kind of things and do. Another mathematician thought of this idea, that is not vertically, going horizontally. But then they all thought after a point of time, well, it can still be very long, right? So you know what Pingala did? Pingala came up with a method to directly find the pattern in a row. Okay, suppose you take 4 syllables. Okay, how many possibilities will be there in the list of 4 syllables? Can you put it on chat to me? 4 syllables, how many possibilities? Yes, most of you are correct. One of you, I think you made a typo error. It is not 32, it will be 16, because it will be 2, 4, 8, 16, right? 16 possibilities. And let's say we want to find the 13th row. So Pingala said, I have a way in which you can find the 13th row. Okay. And I'm going to use Pingala's method in my head and try to give the 13th row. So what you can do is you can probably try to list it down using Pingala's algorithm just to get a good grip on the algorithm. Okay. Not Pingala's algorithm, sorry, second algorithm. Scan from the left. Okay. You do that. Okay. And then I will try to say what will be on the 13th row. Let me guess. 13th row, the first one has to be a G. And then I have maybe another G. And then I have a L and a L. So if you have listed this, can you just check is the 13th row GGLL? Otherwise, list it down. Okay. So you can start the first G, put a L, right? Below the first G, you put a L. And then copy down whatever is there on the right side, right? Copy down whatever is there on the right side. And then scan from the left. Below the first G, you put a L. Copy down whatever is there on the right side. Empty space. What do we do there? Put a G, right? So you have a G, L, G, G, right? And then you continue the process. Can you all do that? Once you have finished listing everything, just put a message to me, okay, for this one, or I'll wait for 2 minutes. Okay, this is for you to just get a grip on the method. I'll tell you why I'm asking you to do this. It is not okay. Bhairav, you have a question?
Are you sure 2 minutes is a reasonable time limit and not 2 hours?
You know what? Did you understand the algorithm?
Yes, but
yes,
that's the 13th row.
Yeah.
I can't write it that fast, and the book space isn't enough.
Just give it a try. We'll see till what row you think. Okay, 2 minutes. Yeah.
Okay.
Icha, question. Icha, you have a question?
No, sir, sorry.
Okay. All right. I hope others have started working. Just put a message to me. Yes. Right. Yes. Nikhil, I saw your comment. Can you Do this listing, still do this listing. Yes. Okay. So while everybody is listing, let me just ask this question to everybody. What do you think is the logical question that is coming to your mind now? You know, after you look at this method, scan from the left, okay, or Pingala's method, what is the question that comes to your mind? What question comes to your mind? Okay. Is there any question that is coming to your mind? And others can keep listing. If you get a question, you can say, Soham question. No. Why did you raise your hand? What is the question that is coming to your mind? Nikhil?
It's too time consuming, and I've tried to do it, but there are several now possibilities, and it still hasn't come like to the end. So yeah.
Right. So you are telling your problems, but you haven't said what question comes to your mind. Arjun, what question comes to your mind when you look at these two algorithms?
The two algorithms, sir.
Yes.
So the question comes like, why in the first algorithm, like scan from the row from the left, why the first G only we have to take the L? Why not the second G or third G?
Why we have to take below the first G, put a L, and why we should do like that? Very good, very good, very good. Okay, Swasti.
So why do these two algorithms work?
Why do these two work, right? I mean, somebody is showing us something and saying that you do this, you will get the answer. But what if I'm cheating you guys? What if I'm just showing something bogus, which may not work for all the cases? Or what if I'm wrong, right? Why does this work? It's a very, very good question. Why on earth
And one more question.
does it work? Yes.
Yeah, so why so the mathematician who found this algorithm to list, so what could be the motivation behind this? So how could he think that the first G and then below it
Wow.
and so on?
What could be the motivation behind coming up with that algorithm, right?
Yeah.
I think when it comes to algorithm, this is my personal opinion. You can have a different opinion. When it comes to algorithms for everybody, they would look for something that is simple and easy to execute for majority of the people, right? I mean, Swasti may know a way to calculate, square of a number in her head, but maybe that method is not suitable for me, right? So Swasti's algorithm, I can only keep in my showcase. It has got no use to me, right? So when you give these algorithms, it is meant for the masses. So what could have been the motivation? I think that's a fantastic question, Swasti. Okay. Those who have any new questions, you can keep your hand raised. Otherwise, you can lower your hand. Niyati, you have a new question?
Yeah, sir. So my question is that we are filling the empty spaces with G. Then why are we only filling it with G? Why are we not filling it with L?
Why are you filling only the empty? And what will happen perhaps when you fill it up with L, right? That's also something that can be explored. Okay, I'll take one more question. Arav.
Sir, I didn't have any major question. I just wanted you to show the conditions again. I forgot them.
All right. Okay. So maybe Indu.
Yes, sir. Why did the person find this of all in the earth? And what and why is it used for?
What and why is it used for, right? Okay. All right. Yes. So, okay. So I see a few more hands. Now I'll have to move on, and I'll take your questions or comments in just a while. But what I want you to do is, okay, since all of you are crying that it is, or most of you are crying that it's going to take a lot of time to list it, I'm going to make your job simple. Okay, I'm writing here GGG, LGG, just a little neat, GLG, LLG, GGL, LGL, GLL, LLL. Okay, and then what I want you to do on the right side is replace all G's with 0. Replace all L's with 1 and see what is happening. Okay. Replace all G's with 0 and all L's with 1. What is happening? Okay, Siddharth, if I saw your responses, tell me something more than that. Okay. That fantastic answers you guys have shared, but something more than that. Tanish, I didn't quite get what you meant by we still get all the same results. Can you elaborate on that, Tanish?
Yes, sir. So even if you swap it that way, I think you'll
What
still
way?
get.
Yeah. I mean, G
Yeah.
with 0 and L with 1, you will get the same result.
Yes, just
Okay.
in binary language.
Okay, all right. All right. I hope everybody has written it down. So let me just write it 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 1, 1, 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1. Then I have 0, 1, 1 and 1, 1, 1. Right? I've finished all 8. Okay, all 8. And as many of you said, it is numbers in binary, right? Binary. What is binary for those of you who are new to binary numbers? Binary numbers use only 2 digits. Life is very simple for binary numbers. Use a 0 or a 1. Okay. You get you get either 0 out of 1 or 1 out of 1 in a binary test. Okay. So you either you get 0 or you get 100%. Just kidding. Okay. So in binary numbers we have a different kind of place value, or rather the place value is same. So you have 2 power 0, 2 power 1, 2 power 2, 2 power 3, 2 power 4. Unlike our decimal, no, where you have 10 power 0, 10 power 1, 10 power 2, 10 power 3, 10 power 4, right? So if you write something like 35 or 35, it means 3 tens and 5 units, right? This has been hammered into our heads when we were in primary school, right? 3 tens plus 5 ones, add them, you get 35. That is why 3 5 is 35, not because somebody named it so. So in binary, if you are having something like 1011, mind you, there are only 2 digits in binary, then what will be the value? 1 multiplied by 2 power 3 plus 0 multiplied by 2 power 2 plus 1 multiplied by 2 power 1 plus 1 multiplied by 2 power 0. So this is going to be 8. This is going to be 2. The last is going to be 1. So that's going to be 8 plus 2 plus 1, 11. Okay. So 1011 is the binary 11. We don't call it 1011. It is 11 in binary language. 11 as in ELEVEN, the count 11. Okay. So if you look at this, This is binary. But there is a problem with this list. Can somebody tell me what is the, not problem exactly. Let's do one thing. Let's translate it to, okay. So Aditya, what's it?
So the problem is that binary numbers, like after 000, it will come as 001 and then 010.
Ah,
This thing is just reversed.
it is not sorted, right? In short,
Yeah.
it is not in the ascending order.
Yeah.
Correct. So let's see what the values come to. Okay, let's just quickly write what the values come to. This is 0, and if you say 100, it is 1 multiplied by 2 square, which is 4. So this is the binary representation of 4, 100. Next one is binary representation of 2, and then you have 5, and then 1. Sorry, this is 6, not 5, because it is 1 times 4 plus 1 times 2. Okay, and the next one, can somebody tell me what is 101? 101 in binary, just put it on chat. Okay, some of you, most of you got, many of you got right. Some of you made some silly error. Look, this one is 2 power 2, 2 power 2, the last place value. So 1 multiplied by 2 power 2 is 4. 1 multiplied by 2 power 0 is 1. So 4 plus 1, 5. Similarly, this is 3 and this is 7. Okay, so we don't get numbers in a sorted manner. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to do something. I'm going to ask you to say a magic word. Okay, abracadabra. Say that, everybody. Abracadabra. I don't see your lips moving. Say abracadabra. Ah, I see. Abracadabra. Okay, abracadabra. Now I'm going to take mirror image of these numbers 0, 0, 0, and then I do 0, 0, 1. Then I do 0, 1, 0. Then I do 0, 1, 1. Then 1, 0, 0. And then 1, 0, 1. This one is 1, 1, 0. This one is 1, 1, 1. Okay. Now, can somebody tell me what did the magic word do for you? Just put in the chat. What did it do? I see. Arav, yes, I see your answer. Tanish, yes. Oh God. Okay. That's excellent. Okay. Many of you got this right. Let me still, in the interest of hearing from you, let me just hear. Yes, Arnav, what did it do for you?
Sir, it arrange the numbers, sir, like 0, 1, 2, that type of.
Right. So this is your 0, and this is your binary 1. This is your binary 2. This is binary 3. Right. This is binary 4. This is binary 5. Binary 6. Binary 7. Okay. What did it do? It sorted everything for you. Okay. Now, okay, let me lower your hands. Let me lower your hands. If somebody is having any doubt in binary numbers, don't worry about it. I can share maybe a couple of links to understand how to read binary numbers. But is there a question that is coming to your mind? Okay, Aditya. Yes, Aditya.
Yes, sir. So basically, we can't just take, like, for 1, if we take the binary number 001, and when you flip it, you'll only get, you'll get the second number in the sequence. 100,
Yeah.
1 as L, you'll get LGG, which is the second number. So,
yeah.
like the 13th number, you need to take 12's binary number, reverse it, convert it into G and L.
Oh, wait. You are going a little fast. So just let's go slow. So you are saying, okay, Arjun Reddy, can you stop drawing on my screen? Yes. So if you want to find a 4-syllable array and you want to find the 13th row in a 4-syllable array, what are you saying? What is your idea, Aditya?
So first you need to take 13 minus 1, 12's binary number.
Why 13 minus 1? Why do you want to reduce 1?
Because it will start from 0. So, if you start from 0, 12 will be the 13th number.
Oh, just 1 second. Just 1 second. Is everybody clear with what Aditya is saying? Aditya is saying, look, we are starting with 0. So 0 is coming in the first row, 1 is coming in the second row, 2 is coming in the third row, 3 is coming in the fourth row. So what will come in the 13th row? A number less than that, 12. Okay. Okay. So 13th row is what will come is 12. All right. And then
you need to take the binary number of 12, which is 1100.
Convert 12 to binary, which is
1100.
110. So in case there are students in this class, which I'm sure there will be, who don't know how to convert a decimal number to binary, don't worry about it right now. Okay. There is a process which you can learn in 10 minutes, but we will not spend time here for that. But using that process, you convert it. Okay. And then
now you need to flip the numbers to 0011.
00, flip it. Okay. And
then for the zeros, put G. For the ones, put L.
Put G, and for the ones, you put L. Oh, that's how I got my GGLL. Aditya, is that how I got GGLL?
Yeah.
Really? Okay. You think so? Okay. All right, Aditya. I'm putting you back on mute. Those who have raised hand, if you have a different method, you can keep your hand raised. Different method. Siddharth, different method?
Yes.
Oh, go ahead.
So it's nothing to do with binary.
Okay. You are saying Khalli wali binary. I don't care.
Yeah, leave binary. I don't care about it.
But
here's my thing. I don't know whether it's actually going to work, but nevertheless, I'll try. Just give the number 13 again, 4-syllable array.
Just 1 second. Just 1 second. How much time do I have? Till 5:30 or
2 minutes.
5:15? Okay.
Okay, can I tell my method?
Yeah, in super fast speed. Yes.
Okay, super fast speed. To find the first letter, take the number mod 2. So
okay.
13 mod 2. If it is 1, put G. If it is 0, put L.
Okay, if it is 1, put G. If it is 0, you put L.
Put L as the first letter.
Okay.
So 13 mod 2 is 1, so put G as the first letter.
Okay.
Okay. So go to 13. You get 13 mod 2, right? Now go for 13 mod 4.
I see. Okay, now you do 13 mod 4.
Okay, so it's like I observed the GGLL thing. So I'm very interested. If the mod is 1 or 2, put G. 3 or 4, put L.
If it is 1 or 2, you put G. And if it is 3 or 4, you put L. Okay. Now it is 1. So I put a G.
Oh, yeah. Then go for 13 mod 8, which is which you might expect. 1, 2, 3, 4 G, 5, 6, 7, 8 L. No need to make different branches. You can put them all under the same branch.
Yeah.
No need
okay.
to put
5, 6, 7, 8. You put a L. So this one is 5. So yeah, I get an L.
and then go for 13 mod 16, 1 to 8, 1 to 8G, 9 to 16L.
You get a L.
And GGLL.
LL.
Happens to be
I
the
see.
13th row.
I'm impressed. I'm impressed.
Yeah, this works for anything except 0-syllable words. You can't find 0-syllable words with this method.
Okay. Chinmay, sorry, Sudarshan.
Yes, sir. Actually, Siddharth, this is actually converting a base 10 number, which is 13, to base 2. So actually, you're converting it into binary only. So it's actually like almost, because when you find the reminder, like how you said mod 2, mod 4, and you can see 2, 4, 8 are all powers of 2. So it's basically the same thing as binary, a little more complicated.
So you are saying it's in the background score, what is happening is the same thing, but you know, superficially it might look like two different things.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me see what Swasti has to say. Yes, Swasti.
Yes, so I had the same thing.
Hmm.
Can I tell how I derived it? Because
Yes.
that is also kind of so. Okay.
Yeah.
Can you? Okay, so can you scroll to the left
Yes.
to the 3-syllable thing?
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you see the first row, it has GL, 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 and so on.
First
So,
column, you mean?
Yeah.
Hmm.
So if you have a number which is divisible by 2, then you'll have an L. But if you have a number, it's alternating, right? So that's
So you are saying the first row is starting with G, third row is starting with G, fifth row is starting with G, seventh row is starting. So if it starts with G, that means it's an odd row, and if it starts with an L, it's an even row. Okay.
Yeah. So that means that if you have an even number, then it's an L, and if you have an odd number, it's a G.
So my number 13 was odd, so definitely it has to start with G. So if it's a multiple choice question, maybe I would have eliminated some options, right? Okay, go ahead.
Yes. So and then in the next column, G G L L G G L.
Yeah.
So yeah. So here we have the same thing again. It's alternating. So if we have a number mod with mod
Again, connecting to what Siddharth said.
Yeah.
Right. And then you take it ahead. Okay. Great. Thank you, Swasti. I think some of you would have understood. Some of you may be new to this idea of what is this mod. Don't worry about it. We won't need that specifically. So if you understood even a bit of it, it is fine. If you don't, I'm going to share a presentation, discussing about this. And in the next class, in the beginning, we can start a little early and probably recap. But let me tell you what Pingala did. Pingala did not do any of these methods. Okay. So he said, I want to find the 13th row, right? 13th row. I look at 13. I ask myself, is 13 even or odd? 13 is odd. So he says, I have a simple rule. If it is odd, you do +1 and divide it by 2, and then you put a G. If the number is even, then directly divide it by 2 and put a L. Okay, simple. Now 13 is odd. So you do add 1, divide by 2, right? You get 7. You put a G. 7 is odd. So you add 1, divide it by 2. You get a 4. Again, you put a G. Now 4 is evens. You divide it by 2. You get 2. You put a L because you are dividing by 2. And then 2, the resulting 2, you divide by 2. You get a 1, right? So that is also L. Now count 1, 2, 3, 4. We are looking at 4 syllables, right? We have got our 4 syllables. So it is GGLL. Okay, GGLL. Now, what I have for you guys to think about at home is, how is Pingala's algorithm working, right? Is it related to what has already been shared, or is it something completely new? Okay, so I want you to think about that. I've overshot time. I wanted to just give a quick synopsis, but let me do that. Let me just take maybe 1 minute and do it. So what we saw was some algorithms that were discussed thousands of years ago, right? And what was the motivation? The motivation was to write poetry. And while writing poetry, while writing rules for poetry, they thought, okay, I have some interesting questions. How many possibilities exist, right? Or can I have an algorithm? Or can I have a logic as to why it works? So it actually thought of, or can I have a more efficient way, right? Efficient way of, finding a row, right? Like what Bhairav asked, can I find a row directly without listing everything? So these were the kind of questions that they had asked, and we see that there was a good foundation of binary mathematics that was laid by Pingala in 300 BCE. Okay, in 300 BCE. And what we are going to do in the next class is, we'll see, if time permits, we will get into some of the sorting algorithms in music and percussion instruments. And if time permits, we'll also see the some other algorithms, like how do you find the particular row directly and so on. Okay, all right. So I'll take a pause here, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. I think we have one more session tomorrow. We'll continue it there. Okay, all right.
Thank you, sir.
Yes.
Bye, sir.
Bye bye.
Okay, bye, sir.
Bye.
Bye, sir. Thank you,
Bye,
sir.
sir. Bye, sir.
Sure, thank you.